Once again, welcome back to our YouTube channel Aeronautical Engineering. Learn, grow and fly with us. Today we will discuss about the various methods which are using for finding out the bending stress of different symmetrical and unsymmetrical. There are three different methods which are using to find out the bending stress of unsymmetrical or symmetrical section. So first one is K method, second one is neutral axis method, and third one is principal axis method. Today we will see a problem based on K method. Here a given question, find the bending stress of given section by using K method. We have given a I section. Here for this length given 60 mm, here this length 50 mm, this length also 60 mm, and this length 5 mm. There are different steps we are using to find out the or solve the problem based on K method. So first step is we have to divide the given section into different sections and find out the centroid and moment of inertia for each section. So first of all, I am going to divide the given section into different sections. So see, I am taking this as the first section, this as the second section, and this one as the third section. Now we have to find out the centroid of each section. So first section, second section, third section. You can take any section as 1, 2, 3 as your own wish. Suppose you can take this section also first section, this section second section, and this section third section. So first step, divide the section into different section and calculate centroid and moment of inertia of the section. Now click on. Now for first section we have to calculate centroid and moment of inertia in the similarly way for second section and third section. So to calculate the centroid we require the value of x1 y1 and x2 y2 for second section, x3 y3 for third section. So I am going to take for first section. First section x1 equal to c. x1 means the horizontal length. So for this section, first section, x1 value is how much given? 60. So original length or the given length of a section divided by 2. 60 by 2. It becomes 30 mm. Similarly y1. y1 means vertical length we have to take. So from here to here. This one is given 5 mm, this one is 50 mm, and this one is 5 mm. We have y1 value 5 plus 50. So 55 plus original length for this section, vertical length. So 5 mm given. 5 by 2. It becomes 57.5 mm. For second section. x2 equal to, this one is second section. So if we are calculating x2 value means up to here. So this total is 60. 60 by 2, it becomes 30 mm. Similarly y2 value. y2 value up to here, vertical length. So this one is given 5 mm. So 5 plus this vertical length is original length for second section. So 50 upon 2. It also became 30 mm. For third section, x3 equal to, this one is the third section, so horizontal length x3 60 upon 2 equal to 30 mm. Y3 vertical length for this section, so 5 upon 2 2.5 mm. Now we have to calculate area for each section, so I am denoting A1 as an area for first section. The given section is in rectangular shape, so we know that to calculate the area of a rectangle, length into breadth. So here for first section the length is given 60, so 60 into the depth is given 5, so equal to 300 mm square. A2 denote the area for second section. For second section the length is given 5 mm and depth is given 50 mm. To 50 mm. A3 area for third section, length is given 60 and depth is given 5 mm, so equal to 300 mm square. Now we know the formula to calculate x bar. A1 x1 plus A2 x2 plus A3 x3 upon A1 plus A2 plus A3. We know the value of A1 x1 A2 x2 A3 x3 and A1 A2 A3. So we just substitute the value from here and we have to find out the x bar. A1 value is 300, x1 is 30 plus A2 value is 250, x2 value is also 30 plus A3 value is 300 and x3 value is 30. A1 value is 300, A2 value is 250, A3 value is 300. If we calculate this, we will get 30 mm. Now we have to calculate y bar value. So y bar formula is A1 y1 plus A2 y2 plus A3 y3 upon A1 plus A2 plus A3. A1 value is 300 into y1 value here given 57.5 plus A2 value is 250 into y2 value is 30 plus A3 value is 300, y3 value is 2.5. A1 value is 300, A2 value 250 plus A3 value 300. If we calculate this, we will get y bar value 30 mm. Now we have to calculate moment of inertia. We calculated the centroid of that section, that is x bar and y bar. X bar and y bar is that section. Now we have to calculate moment of inertia. So moment of inertia about x-axis Ixx equal to, for a whole section, if you are calculating moment of inertia, then we have to add moment of inertia of each section. For first section Ixx1, for second section Ixx2, for third section Ixx3. So Ixx1 plus Ixx2 plus Ixx3. Now Ixx1 equal to B1 D1 Q by 12 plus A1 Y1 minus Y bar whole square. Why we are taking this formula means the given section is rectangular. So to calculate the moment of inertia of a rectangular section, we are using this formula B1 D1 by 12 plus A1 Y1 minus Y bar whole square for first section. So for first section, B breadth is given 60 mm, depth is given 5. A1 area for first section is 300, Y1 value is 57.5, Y bar value is 30. If we calculate this, we get that much mm power 4. So this is the moment of inertia for first section. In the similar way, we have to find out xx2 moment of inertia for second section. So for second section, b2 d2 cube upon 12 plus a2 y2 minus y bar all square. For first second section, b2 value is 5, so 5, d2 value is 15 all cube plus by 12 plus a2 value is 250, y2 value is 30 minus y bar is also 30 all square. So this 30 minus 30, this portion became 0. Now if we calculate this, we get ixx2 value 52083.33 mm 4. Similarly, we have to calculate ixx3 value moment of inertia for third section. So b3 d3 cube upon 12 plus a3 y3 minus y bar all square. In third section, b value is 60 mm and d value is 5 mm. So 60 into 5 cube upon 12 plus a3 value is 300, y3 value is 2.5 minus y bar value is 30 all square. Now, so you get ixx3 value 227500 mm power 4. Now we have to calculate ixx value. We know the value of ixx1, ixx2 and ixx3. So substitute the value of ixx1, ixx2 and ixx3 in this equation and we get the value of ixx. Ixx1 value is 227500 and ixx2 is that much and ixx3 is also 227500. So now I am putting the value of ixx1, ixx2 and ixx3 in this equation. 227500 520. Adding this all value we get mm power 4. So we have to calculate moment of inertia for y-axis. So Iyy equal to Iyy1 plus Iyy2 plus Iyy3. First section, second section and for third section. Iy1 is equal to d1 b1 q upon 12 plus a1 x1 minus x bar all square. So for first section, d1 is 5 mm and b1 is 60. So 5 into 60 cube upon 12, a1 value is 300, x1 value is 30, x bar value is also 30. So 30 minus 30, this portion becomes 0. By calculating this, we get Iyy1 equal to 90,000 mm power 4. Similarly, Iyy2 for second section. Plus a2 x2 minus x bar whole square. So d2 value for second section is 50, b2 value is 90 upon 12 plus a2 is 250, x bar 30 minus 30. So 30 this portion again become 0. By calculating this we get IYY2 value 520.83 mm power 4. Similarly IYY3 for third section. So D3 B3 cube upon 12 plus A3 x3 minus x bar whole square. D3 value is given 5 and B value is given B3 value 30 60. A3 value is 300, x bar is 30 minus. So by calculating this portion becomes 0. After calculating we get IYY3 value 90,000 mm power 4. Now we have to calculate IXY. We know that IXY formula for first section plus second section plus third section. So for first section A1 times x1 minus x bar times y1 minus y bar plus for second section A2 x2 minus x bar times y2 minus y bar plus for third section A3 times x3 minus x bar y3 minus y bar. IXY A3 value is 300, x1 value is 30, x bar value is 30, y1 value is 57.5, y bar value is 30, A2 value is 250, x2 value is 30, x bar value is 30, y2 value is 30, y bar value is 30 plus A3 value is 300, x3 value is 30, y3 value is 2.5 and y bar value is 30. After calculating this we get IXY value 0. If you see 30 minus 30, so 0, this portion becomes 0. Similarly this 30 minus 30, this portion also becomes 0. Similarly 30 minus 30, this portion also becomes 0. So whole value for IXY became 0. Up to this first step finished. Now we are going to second step. So in second step we have to use the formula for K method. By using the formula we have to find out the value. So bending stress formula for K method is given by sigma z equal to my Ixx minus mx Iyy upon Ixx into Iyy minus Ixy whole square times x plus mx Iyy minus my Ixx upon Ixx into Iyy minus I square xy times y. So we know the value of my Ixx and all things except this x. In this portion also we know the value of this all portion except y. So we have to substitute the value of all these things except x and y, and we have to find out the sigma z value which is in the form of equation. As you know that mx and my value is already given in question. So mx is given 22,500 Newton mm and my value is given 39,000 Newton mm. Now in this equation we have to substitute all the value. Previously we already calculated Ixx, Iyy and all things except x and y we know all the value. So my value is 39,000. Ixx value is here 50,703.33 minus mx value is 22,500 into Iyy value is 180,5 into 0.83 upon IXX value 507083.33 into IYY value 180520.3 minus ix square. So the value of ixy is 0, so this becomes 0 into x plus mx value is 22 into IYY value is 180520.83 minus my value is 39000 into IXX value is 507083.33 upon IXX value 507083.33 into IYY value 180520.83 minus IXY value is 0 into y. After calculating this, we get sigma z value as 0.216x plus 0.044y. So this is in the form of equation. To find out the sigma z value, here we have to calculate x and y value. Now we completed first and second step. Now we have to proceed for third step. So in third step, we have to draw a table so that to find out the value of x and y. Now naming the each corner of the given section. So I am naming it as A, here B, here C, D, E, F, G, H. Now we have to draw a table. So in the first section, x bar, y bar, x, y, here x is equal to x minus x bar, y equal to y minus y bar. The sigma z value we know that equation 0.216x plus 0.44y. Here we have to write the nature of the bending stress. So x bar value we know 30, y bar value we know 30. Now x and y value we have to calculate from the figure. So x value for a point is 0. There is no horizontal distance if we are taking at this corner. So 0, but y value is from A to this total vertical, so 60. In the similarly for B point x value is 60, y value is also 60. So for C point x value is 60, but y value is 55. How means this 5, this one is 50, so 50 plus 5, 55. For D point x value is 60 and y value is this 5. For E point x value is 60 and y value is 0. There is no vertical distance. For F point x value is also 0, y value is also 0. For G point x value is 0 but y value is 5. For H point x value is 0 but y value is 55. 5 plus 50, 55. Now x minus x bar, x is equal to x minus x bar. So x value we know here and x bar value is 30. If you calculate this, get minus 30 plus 30, 30, 30, 30 minus 30, get minus 30 minus 30. In the similarly, y is equal to y minus y bar. So y value we know from here and y bar we know 30. So if you calculate, we will get like this 30, 30, 25, minus 25, minus 30, minus 30, minus 25 and plus 25. Now we have to substitute the value of x and y in the equation sigma z, that is bending stress equal to 0.216x plus 0.04y. So if we substitute the value of x and y in this equation, then we will get the value of bending stress like this at each corner. For A point 5.16, for B point 7.8, for C point 7.58. Similarly D, E, F, G, H will get this value. Now the nature. So if we calculate this sigma z, it will become negative 5.16. So negative sign means compressive bending stress. So the nature of this bending stress is compressive, and if you calculate this, it will become positive, so tensile. If the value of bending stress after calculating, if come in, if it will come in positive means tensile, if it will come means negative means we have to just write compressive. So by this way this table finish, and we are able to find out the maximum bending stress. So maximum bending stress lies at B point for the given section. So maximum bending stress for a given section lies at B point. So at B point, maximum bending stress, and its value is 7.8 Newton per mm. Finish the problem based on K method. In the next session we will discuss about the problem based on neutral axis method. So if you like my video, please like, share and subscribe my YouTube channel Aeronautical Engineering, and press the bell icon to get more new latest notification. Thanks.